Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your Midday News Fix for Monday the 20th of November. A plea to take action on security staffing levels before someone is seriously hurt or killed at Auckland hospitals. Senior doctors at North Shore and Waitakere have written to bosses saying violence and aggression is worsening. Salaried Medical Specialists Association Executive Director Sarah Dalton told Kerry Woodham having sufficient security staff is the best way forward.
I think if we get these numbers right, then we're going to be able to actually de-escalate and prevent violence and uncivil behaviour.
Te Whatu Ora says it hopes to introduce a new security staffing model soon. Meanwhile, Te Whatu Ora has completed 3 of the 101 recommendations for improving wait times made by a task force 13 months ago. The Planned Care Task Force suggestions are one of the first major pieces of work since the switch from DHBs. 70 measures are being implemented or are in planning, but 28 have had no action. Health commentator Ian Powell says staffing continues to be the biggest issue.
They were never going to be able to achieve anything without the right workforce capacity to do so. They are all, well not all, but they are highly workforce dependent.
Another day and no more clarity on when New Zealand will have a government. Negotiations continue today between ACT, New Zealand First and National. Political editor Jason Walls has more.
As the trio of leaders start yet another week of talks, frustration with the timeframes of the negotiations are beginning to boil over. Labour leader Chris Hipkins broke the caretaker conventions to call for a ceasefire in Gaza, saying he could no longer wait while the three parties formed a government. Meanwhile, talks between Chris Luxon, David Seymour and Winston Peters continue today in Auckland with no end in sight.
And ACT leader David Seymour is defending the time it's taking. He says they want all three parties in the coalition, which hasn't been done before.
Fierce competitors during the election, constructive cooperators in a cabinet. That's quite a transition.
Warnings that malls will only get busier after shoppers at Newmarket Westfield ended up trapped in its car park for hours on Saturday. The Auckland Centre is apologising to some who queued for 3 hours or more. Newmarket Business Association's Mark Knopf-Thomas says demand will only rise closer to Christmas and the upcoming Black Friday is likely to be busier still.
We want to be ready for that. There are lots of options. Buses are available, trains are available, people can car share, and if they do take your car, you just got to replan your time.
Knopf-Thomas says heavy rain on Saturday combined with Black Friday pre-sales caused major road congestion. Former US First Lady Rosalind Carter, the wife of President Jimmy Carter, has died aged 96. Coldplay has revealed it's heading back to New Zealand, playing one night at Auckland's Eden Park in November next year. To sport, Novak Djokovic has breezed past Jannik Sinner in straight sets to clinch a record-breaking 7th ATP tennis finals title in Turin. Niall Williams-Guthrie is bringing her talents to the Blues for Super Rugby Aupiki next year. A posse of former players are reportedly pushing for the New Zealand Rugby League Board to dismiss Michael Maguire as Kiwis coach if he takes over as New South Wales gaffer. And 3 new faces are in the Football Ferns squad to take on Colombia next month in Bogota: Macy Fraser, Katie Kitching and Ruby Nathan. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.